the Honorable Chief Registrar, the leadership of the courts in the judiciary, Bishop Amadi and honorable colleagues. Chief Justice of the Commission. Of the judiciary. Honorable Chief Justice, to give context to the office of the Chief Registrar, it is established under Article 161 of the Constitution and is mandated to serve as the Chief Administrator of the judiciary and also as the accounting officer. Honorable Chief Justice, a bit of research shows that the office of the Chief Registrar was established in 1897 when a registrar was appointed for the newly established Protectorate Court in East Africa. And since then, this post of registrar, and since 2010 Chief Registrar, has been held by 47 people. Not just for the judiciary, but for our entire country. It is therefore a pleasure and a true honor to invite Honorable CRJ, whom has the direction and who has provided that sense of leadership and stability to give us her final remarks. Honorable Chief Registrar.
Very elaborately established by the Chief of Staff. Good morning. This is a very happy day for me. We gather here on the cusp of change, marking the conclusion of one chapter and the exciting opening of another for the Kenyan judiciary. It is with a heart brimming with both pride and reflection that I stand before you as I take leave of this esteemed office as Chief Registrar of the Judiciary of Kenya. For the past 10 years, ladies and gentlemen, I have been privileged to lead this remarkable institution, a journey I embarked on with a fervent commitment to justice, efficiency, and unwavering service to the people of Kenya. We have traversed many a landscape together, witnessing both triumphs and tribulations, all of which have forged an indelible mark on my soul. From the vantage of this office, I have witnessed firsthand the extraordinary spirit of the Kenyan judiciary, from tireless efforts of our judges and magistrates to the unwavering dedication of our court personnel and the devotion of our registrars and directors. Together, we can look back and say that we have transformed the institution in the last decade. I'm especially proud that we have modernized court processes, embraced technology, and strive to make justice accessible to all. Honorable Chief Justice, ladies and gentlemen, we have equally faced a lot of challenges, including the perennial backlog issue, challenges in the implementation of innovative case management systems, and streamlining procedures. We've weathered the storms of misconduct and perception of misconduct, upholding the highest standards of integrity and accountability. And through it all, we kept our eyes fixed on the beacon of the rule of law, ensuring that justice, blind and impartial, shines upon every corner of our nation. The journey would not have been possible without the countless shoulders upon which I leaned. To my dear colleagues, members of the support staff, my heartfelt gratitude knows no bounds. You are the backbone of this institution, the silent orchestra whose harmony ensures a smooth rhythm of justice. To the Honorable Chief Justice, thank you for holding my hand. Thank you for your leadership. I know we come a long way and that counted for something. Thank you even for the many times that you came through for me, even at a very personal level. To the men and women who grace our courts and support our systems and provide feedback, we continue to strive to serve you better. For judges and judicial officers who dispense justice with wisdom and with humility and with impartiality and with diligence and commitment, I offer my deepest respect and admiration. You have been the embodiment of the law, its living voice, and the guardians of our constitutional freedoms. Honorable Chief Justice, ladies and gentlemen, as we turn a new page today, I wish to assure you that there will not be a gap in the office of the Chief Registrar. My very capable deputy, Honorable Paul Ndemo, has already been given the acting position, acting Chief Registrar, until the position is filled with a substantive office holder by the Judicial Service Commission. I have no doubt that he will continue to deliver on the mandate of the office with diligence, with integrity, with commitment. I trust that the Commission will appoint a person who will possess the vision, the leadership, and the unwavering commitment to justice that this office demands. With open arms and unwavering support, I stand ready to offer any guidance that he or she may seek. As I pass the baton, I wish to leave you with a few parting words, and this is something that we cannot say enough. Let us continue to uphold the independence of the judiciary with unwavering resolve. Let integrity remain our armor, efficiency your engine, and the pursuit of justice your guiding star. Remember, in every courtroom, in every judgment, you wield the power to shape the destiny of not just the litigants before you, but also that of our nation. Honorable Chief Justice, I know you are committed to our technological initiatives. I know that we'll continue to embrace technology. Let it be your servant, not your master. We have seen technology change our approach, improve efficiency and accountability in our systems. Let us nurture our young legal minds, for they are the future of justice. And Suji, I just want to thank you for the mentorship initiatives that you have begun with our young people. Above all, let us never lose sight of the human face of the law. We have to remember that behind every case file, every statute, and every transaction are lives that are impacted and destinies that are reshaped. Let compassion be our compass, and let justice, not just the law, be our ultimate destination. So this morning I'll be handing over to the Honorable, the Deputy Chief Registrar, Paul Ndemo, and I'll be conferring upon the Acting Chief Registrar a few ceremonial items in readiness for the, as a stopgap measure before we get the substantive office holder. First is the flag of our Republic, which serves as a reminder to all of us, Wanjiku, Akini, Nkatha, every other Kenyan that we serve. It is through their trust and donated power that we serve in these offices. Second, I'll be handing over the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya. This remains the supreme law of our esteemed nation. It is the creator of these offices, and we have vowed to protect it. May we never cower in performing this duty. Third, we have several state statutes that spell out the role of the Chief Registrar of the Judiciary. These include the Judicial Service Act, the Public Finance Management Act, the Judiciary Fund Act and its regulations, as well as the Public Procurement and Disposal Act. Honorable Chief Justice, ladies and gentlemen, the future of the Kenyan judiciary is bright, brimming with potential and promise. And as I step aside, I do so with confidence, knowing that the torch is in capable hands, your hands, Honorable Chief Justice. May the scales of justice continue to find balance, and may the rule of law reign supreme. And may the Kenyan judiciary continue to serve as a beacon of hope and justice for all. And with utmost gratitude, may God bless you all. Thank you so much for all the support that I've received from each and every one of you, and fare thee well.
Thank you. I very humbly request the Chief Justice to join you on the stage, and the Deputy Chief Registrar, Honorable Paul Ndemo, as well. Honorable Chief Justice, distinguished judges, ladies and gentlemen, we have now come to the indelible moment when Honorable and be assisted by Honorable Esther Nyayaki, who serves as a registrar. Chief Justice will then witness the handover process. Thank you. Thank you very much. To symbolize this transition, as the Chief Registrar has indicated, the flag, which is a symbol of our commitment to our nation, is represented at the back, Honorable CRJ. We have the Kenyan flag. Honorable Chief Registrar have been presented and put there as a symbol of that handover as well. Next, we have the Chief Registrar as the Chief Administrator and Accounting Officer of the Judiciary. May I request, first, Esther, that the Chief Registrar hands over our flag, which is now with you on the table. That is indeed critical. And the Kenyan flag is present in all activities of the judiciary, and the Chief Justice looks on as the head of the institution and who holds to account the holder of the office of the Chief Registrar, and also gives overall direction in the administration and leadership in the judiciary. So the Kenyan flag, really to symbolize that the judiciary is a core equal arm of the Kenyan state. Thank you, Honorable Chief Registrar. We will have that for safekeeping. We have next the Constitution that establishes the office of the Chief Registrar as a state office, and which defines the overall mandate. Again, as the Chief Justice witnesses that handover, Next is a set of statutes which elaborate on the mandate of the Office of the Chief Registrar, key among them being the Judicial Service Act, the Judicial Code of Conduct, the Judiciary Fund Act and Regulations, the Public Finance Management Act and Regulations, which define the mandate of the CRJ as the accounting officer, the Public Audit Act, the Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Act and Regulations, the Advocates Act, the Oaths and Statutory Declarations Act, and the Notaries Public Act. This statute the mandate of the Office of the Chief Registrar. We then have a set of statutory roles which are maintained by the Chief Registrar of the Judiciary under the Advocates Act, the Oaths and Statutory Declarations Act, and the Notaries Public Act. Today, we have here 2 volumes of the Role of Advocates. Volume 18, which is the volume of the Role of Advocates signed by the first set of advocates admitted during the Honorable Chief Registrar's tenure as CRJ. The second is volume 40, which is a volume of the roll that was signed by the last set of advocates admitted during Honorable Amadi's tenure as CRJ, which was in November 2023. And between those 2 volumes, since Honorable Amadi assumed office, 12,000 lawyers have been admitted as advocates of the High Court. One of the celebrated significant changes with that process is that the Honorable Chief Registrar, Honorable Amadi, has digitized the process, and while all 12,000 certificates were signed by hand, the incoming CRJ will actually have the process easier because of the Judiciary Advocates Management System, which now issues digital practicing certificates. This is an IT revolution that has changed the way we manage that. Thereafter, we have the role of senior counsel, maintained by the Chief Registrar of the Judiciary under Section 18 of the Advocates Act. And this role was opened in 2003 when President Mwai Kibaki conferred the rank of senior counsel for the first time upon 19 advocates. The role has been signed by a total of 66 advocates to date. And in that role, we have 2 judges, Honorable Justice John Chigiti and Honorable Lady Justice Patricia Nyaundi. The Court Register, this is the High Court Civil Division Register. And as we know, all our registrars, deputy registrars, assistant registrars, and registry staff serve as surrogates of the Chief Registrar, who is the Chief Registrar of Court Cases. Witnessing that is the Chief Justice, who has the overall mandate of administering the judiciary. Finally, the Chief Justice will present reports detailing her work over the past decade in the judiciary as the Secretary of the JSC and as the Secretary of the NCAJ Council, to serve as takeover notes for the Honorable DCRJ, who will assume the functions of the Chief Registrar in the interim transition phase. The report, the judiciary report, detailing achievements in the past 10 years. Thereafter, we have a report from the JSC detailing what has been achieved as Honorable Amadi has served as the Secretary of the Judicial Service Commission. Witnessing is the chairperson of the Judicial Service Commission, who is the Honorable Chief Justice. And finally, and in our audience is the ED, the Executive Director of the NCAJ. This is the work that has been delivered by the NCAJ over the last decade as CRJ has served as the Secretary, including professional audience today. That Honorable Chief Justice, Honorable Chief Registrar, Honorable DCRJ, who also now is the Acting Chief Registrar in the Judiciary, marks the end of the ceremonial handover. A powerful, powerful moment there. Honorable Chief Justice, may I request to give us a few remarks. Thank you.
The Honorable the Chief Justice of the Republic of Kenya and the President of the Supreme Court of Kenya, Honorable Martha Kome. Allow me to stand on the already established protocols this morning. Let me first take this opportunity to thank very much the Honorable Chief Registrar, outgoing, Amadi, for the service that she has rendered to this nation, and in particular through the judiciary. Having served with her in the last 5 years, I have a fairly good idea about how that office operates in terms of its pressures. And the Honorable Chief Justice just whispered here and said, welcome to the boiler room. Because truly, that is an office that requires a lot of tenacity, a lot of resilience. You need somebody that is level-headed to be able to serve in that particular office. So I really want to thank you, Honorable Chief Registrar, for the sacrifices that you made. I know a lot of things that you had to work through, the enormous responsibility. The handover of the documents and the docket alone has taken us longer than your speech. That shows, you know, the width, the breadth of the responsibility that the Chief Registrar of the Judiciary has. And I also want to thank you, secondly, for ensuring a smooth transition so that we continue as an institution without having any gaps. And it is important to acknowledge that truly this is an institution, and as we serve Kenyans in this country, we should remember that we serve the people, we serve institutions. It is not individuals. And so thank you very much, Honorable CRJ, for ensuring a smooth
National Council for the Administration of Justice extend our heartfelt gratitude to you for your invaluable service and wish you the very, very best in your future endeavors. In the interim, I call upon the Acting Chief Registrar, Honorable Kondemo, and your entire office of the Chief Registrar. It's a very central office to uphold and this legacy of handwork and dedication that has been truly the hallmark of this office. It is imperative that you continue to support the realization of our institutional blueprints, the social transformation through access to justice, as we await the recruitment and appointment of a new Chief Registrar by the Judicial Service Commission. Let me use this occasion to reiterate the position of the Judicial Service Commission and indeed of the entire judiciary that we are ready to process any complaint against any judge or judicial officer who is implicated in corruption or in any other acts of misconduct, and state that we abhor corruption in all its formats, be it bribery, which is indeed a crime. However, such complaints must be launched and processed in the manner prescribed by the Constitution. Days are gone when officers were hounded, judges, judicial officers were hounded out of office through name calling and naming and shaming. The Judicial Service Commission, which is the body mandated by the Constitution to deal with matters of complaints, will only act on the basis of evidence and not on blanket statements or allegations that have not been substantiated. Doing otherwise will mean that we will be overthrowing the Constitution, which we all swore to protect and to promote, and also throwing out the rule of law. that the Judicial Service Commission will not do. I will continue to urge our honorable judges, judicial officers, and judiciary staff to continue discharging their duties in accordance with their oaths of office and in accordance with the law. Let us remain true to the constitutional instruction that the discharge of judicial duties shall be subject only to the Constitution and the law, and not the direction or control of any person or authority. And we should do this without any fear of intimidation and without any favor. I also take this opportunity to urge Kenyans to remain vigilant, to safeguard the hand-won gains of our Constitution, including that of judicial independence, and for us to remain focused on protecting and promoting the rule of law for the safety of our society. Let us never take law into our hands, because that leads into anarchy. These are the sacrosanct promises of our Constitution, and they are gains for which Kenyans died, others lost their property and limbs to have a Constitution. Therefore, we all Kenyans must remain faithful to the Constitution, which is our true north all the time. In closing, let us all reflect on the profound impact the Honorable Amadi has had on the judiciary and draw inspiration from our exemplary service as we forge ahead in our quests to deepen access to justice and further the realization of the social transformation promise which is guaranteed by our Constitution. I thank you all and bless you and wish Honorable Amadi a very peaceful and joyous retirement and beginning of another chapter full of God's blessings. Thank you very much.